Okay, this is definitely one of the coolest N8N workflows I've built. So have you ever had like these lists where you just got a little bit of information, you want to kind of cold call or cold email like a bunch of businesses, but all you have is an email, right? So you don't have the website, or maybe you do have the website. I'm going to show you some really cool things that you can do to get the website, analyze that website, have ChatGPT write an email specifically about the services from that website and talk to them about what you offer, all through automation. Great time we're living in. So you got the workflow here. Okay. So it's going to get the row, got some code, update that Google Sheet, more code, set your variables right. Okay. Now I'm going to give you this workflow, but let me show you what it does. Okay. So you're going to be able to see this in action, and then I'll break it down. So let's go ahead and execute it. And it's getting the row. It's going to rip out this email here. And from the email, it strips the website. Now, the next thing that it does is verify if the website is valid, because not all these websites are going to be valid. So the next code validates the website, okay, sends that down. And then we have this loop going on. We're crawling the website here, getting the links, the services, using ChatGPT to then grab their services and write a personalized email. The next thing I do is I send a loop. Now I deleted it, but so I can show you this, but I send a loop so that it does this one by one to the next website, about the next website. And then we have an email node that I'm going to put in here. So let me just show you. So it validated. So it stripped the email. It stripped the website from the email, validated that it's an actual website, and it only then crawls the valid websites. And let me show you an example here. So my name is David, and I was browsing Ageless Rejuvenation's website. And notice you're offering fillers and other anti-aging magic in Jacksonville, Florida. It's clear you're dedicated to helping your craft, so, right? So it goes through and it finds their services. It personalizes these emails. Super, super cool. Let me show you another example here. Let's go in depth a little bit here. So let's go ahead and grab that loop. Okay, so it's finishing up with the last website we just crawled. So let's go into it, and we can see here. So my name is David. I was browsing the Mandela Med Spa and yogas. Okay, so we'll grab that. Let's see here. Ideal image, and I notice you offer Botox at $9 a unit and a free facial treatment, which seems like a fantastic way for clients to experience renowned personalized care. How cool is this? I mean, doesn't get more personalized than this. Services like medical grade facials and hair rejuvenation. It's clear you're committed to going beyond self-care. It also grabs the market they're in, right? So certainly sets you apart in a competitive Vieira and Melbourne, Florida market. This is insane. So let's go in here a little bit more in depth. So we're going to get the rows. First thing we do, we get the rows from the Google Sheet. Now, I got a list of like 5,000 emails that I'm about to use this on. So this is going to be pretty solid. And I know if you're watching this video, if you're still watching this video, you probably do too. Then we have some custom code here that strips out that domain. Then we update the row next, okay, with the correct website. All right. We got more custom code here, okay, which was super, super tricky to get that custom code. And then after we upload it to the row, we then have to grab that row again, all the rows that are valid. And then we set, this is just a safety I did right here, this if node, like if it's valid, because this already like grabs it. And then I really needed this node here to only grab the ones that were valid. So then we verify right here with an HTTP call here to email verifier. So this is pretty cool. Now, if you have some sort of, maybe you use hunter.io, which I don't, but I use different, like I use Rune, which is super solid. It's never disappointed me. I don't know if they have affiliate, but if they do, find it below, because I'll send a link. You save 10%. So then we verify those emails, because You don't want to start just blasting emails that are not, I mean, that's immediately how you're going to just go straight to the spam folder. So we really want to only send emails to those that are business emails, which is why you can see here, I remove, so you can go in here and you can just remove anything that's at Gmail, at Yahoo, at AOL, and really only make sure that you have business names. So you can do half the work. So that's just a little pro tip for you there. So then the next thing we do is we have custom code. So we verify that it's a real website. We wait, give it a 5-second wait, got some custom code here. And then this email is valid is super important, because after we only want to grab the emails that are valid. Okay, now I'm going to give you this flow. So I'm going to give you this N8N flow in my free community. You'll have access to this, so don't worry about that. So then we do some stuff where we get the row, and we do some if, which it's really important to use these ifs. So you want to make sure that the website is not empty. Okay, the row is not empty, that it actually contains a website, right? Because if you have something where maybe you do some scraping and you have a bunch of websites, some of these websites I already cleared. A lot of these are going to be filtered already. But like, let's say right here, you would just want to make sure that there's a website in there. Okay. So then the next thing that we do after we make sure that there's really a website in there is we send it down to force the URL. This code was absolutely, it was a challenge. I'll just say that, because when you do data scraping, even if you export, like sometimes you'll export a list from like your Go High level, or even if you have like a MailChimp or something like that, you'll have some businesses that are businessname.com, www.businessname.com, HTTP, hyphen. So you'll have all these different combinations. It's really important to make sure that you format those websites so that you can then crawl them correctly, because a lot of these crawlers only use HTTPS, right? And not just websitename.com. So that's super important to make sure you format that. And then your loop is really important, because if you have a large list, like let's say I wanted to just scrape this whole list here, go to Florida. There's how many businesses in this list? Super. Let's see here. So 1,600, right? Definitely some fake websites in here. Definitely some emails that aren't legit in here, right? So I don't really want to get caught up in that, because immediately you're just going to go to the spam folder. But if you do everything one by one, where you crawl the website, you set your link. So this is where I'm doing the HTTP thing here, a little bit more, which is absolute. That's some code there. Actually, I'm sorry. This is where I'm getting the services from their websites. So I'm crawling, doing an HTTPS here, crawling that website. You really want to take your time when you get the services from their websites. It doesn't matter if it's HVAC or if it's, a lot of construction, lawyers, whoever, dentists. Take your time, do it one by one. You're setting it and you're walking away. So it's not like you're going to sit here for 20 minutes. You're just going to sit here. You're going to set it up and then you're going to leave. Make sure that your email node is set up so then it's automatically emailing those folks, and you want to set a wait timer, right? So that's just a little sidebar. You're getting your links from the website. I mean, this is super cool. Grabbing the links and services from the website so that your chat knows what they offer, right? Then the next thing you're doing is you're formatting those links even more, okay? When I say formatting, man, you are doing some crazy formatting, because you can see it will return a bunch of stuff from their website. So these code nodes is super important, so you're not grabbing just ridiculous stuff. And then more code node formatting here. Most importantly, setting your ChatGPT node. Okay, now I'm using 4.0 because I've been set up as an organization for a long time with chat. I don't know if you should be able to, but I set up as an organization like day one, so I can do a whole lot. I mean, all my mini chat is set with the same organization. My Go High level stuff is set with the same organization. So you got some cool perks there. I definitely recommend just getting on the paid plan. It's $20, right? But if you don't, if you don't have it, then you got to do what you got to do. And I think you can use 4.0 now. I'm not a huge fan of 5. I know it's getting better and it's only going to get better, but right now 4.0 is solid. Sometimes I use 4.1, super solid as well. But making sure your chat node is set up is super important, because you can get some rough, some very rough. So you know what? Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually, and this is only if this video, you know what? I'm only going to do it if I know people are watching it, because I don't need it for me. But if I know people are watching it, then I'm going to do this. I will create because it took me probably 2 days to get this chat response to not sound crappy. I mean, it can sound so robotic. Hi, business name. I was browsing website. Your website is really cool. The website name is foundational, and website name is like, oh my God. And you would think it wouldn't do that because you're using I was using ChatGPT 5, 4.0, 4.1, didn't matter. If your prompt is not set up right, you are going to get some robotic sounding emails. So if I get enough likes on this, that way I know people are watching, then I'll actually take the time to create a custom GPT that will automatically do this for your business. So it's going to just have all these prompts in there, and it'll do it for your business. So then I'll just put the link to that custom GPT. You put in your business name, blah, 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 boom. And it'll craft the prompt for you. I'll have it write the prompt so that you can then put that prompt into your stuff, and it automatically will pull in your variables. Like mine pulls in the variables and all that, but it's a beast. All right. So then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'll set up my Gmail node, right? So I'll set up my Gmail node to send a message. Okay. And I'll have it, where it'll grab the name of the business. So that'll go back a couple. I want to do the force URL. I'll probably grab it from here, because we know that these are all valid. So I will grab the force URL, and I validated that website and that email. So I'll go to the email right here. So I would drag the email in there. I would actually, so I'm going to create a ChatGPT that's going to generate random headlines, and then I'll have it generate like 3 different headlines, subject headlines, each time it makes one. That way it's just going to rotate every single time and be different. And you won't get, email won't go, wait a minute, this is copy and paste stuff I'm seeing here. And that's another reason why your emails need to be super varied, because if they're not, then they're going to get called for spam. So if you're mentioning the name of the business, you're saying you have this service and that service, that's not spammy, because it's going to be different services, different names of the business. And as long as you set your timer to be at least like 5 to 7 minutes, depending on your email. Listen, I know you guys want to send 3,000 in 20 minutes, but that's not good for your reputation. You're going to go straight to the spam folder. So I would set it at 5 to 7 minutes. Once I set my varied subject line, I would grab that and just paste that in. And then each time it's just going to be a different headline that's going to, a different subject line. So we're going to be solid there. So then I grab this content, boom.
Hey guys, Future David here. I want to show you really quickly to change this from HTML to text. Okay, so in the video, I have this at HTML, and I was like, okay, I got to fix the formatting. So this is how you fix the formatting. You just change this type to text, and then you will get this format here where everything is formatted correctly there for you. All right, see ya.
And I'd shoot that in there. And let's send myself a test. All right, guys. So as you can see, we got the email. Everything looks great. The only thing I need to do is format it so that it adds spaces, which is just going to be a code node right before that send email node. Other than that, we're ready to go. Again, you can grab this free workflow. I'm going to put it in our free community. Okay. AI Automation Mafia. I'll see you in the community, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk soon.